for boring. Where you can feast with the nectar of the gods. You'll always have a seat at Norse Hall.
Welcome everybody to Top Dog Coverage, where you can get some of the best news, analytics, we'll say that, analytics, some of the top dog news coverage, some of the games, some of the battles in camp, some of the rosters, some of the roster cuts, best news, everything that you could possibly imagine. And today, we are about to bring you one NFC team, one AFC team, but we are going to let the Wheel of Destiny choose who we're going to talk about with the camp battles and predict their schedule. C-Dub, what do you feel about that, baby?
I feel great, man. Another beautiful day. Talk some ball, talk some training camp battles. No breaking, shocking news. Some stuff went down.
Yeah. There's a couple things that went down, man.
Feelings were hurt.
Feelings were hurt, my friend.
So.
Yeah, we're gonna find out exactly what that is. But before we do that, we're gonna give a shout out to our sponsor, Norse-Hall.com. Go get yourself some hot sauce and some mead and FGM labels. So if you want a dope beat, you're starting a podcast of your own. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you need some dope beats. Go to FGM label.
Highlight film.
Yes.
Some songs going on there. You know, so.
And to our future sponsor, Celsius.
There we go. Which flavor were you rocking today?
It's still retro, baby.
Okay.
Retro.
Nice.
And you know what? Shout outs to Celsius for screwing it all up for themselves. You heard what happened, right?
I don't know if that was a Celsius. Yeah, I told you about it on the last show. I don't know if that was Celsius that did it, though.
Well, every DUI lawyer is very happy right now. I'll tell you that.
That's facts. That is facts.
That's that is some news that I went through today, and I was like, no way. But you know what? It still tastes good. So, and I haven't found one of the million yet. So we're gonna keep on doing that. And I'm 9 years sober.
Right, there we go.
But you know what there is? There is time for time for some news, baby. So let's get right into it.
Yeah.
C-Dub, do you have anything to tell us today?
I got a little bit of news.
A little something? Okay.
A little something that kind of hits close to home for me being in Texas and close to the Dallas area. So RIP to all my Dallas fans, all the ones that love the Cowboys, diehard Cowboys fans. Because all-pro edge rusher Micah Parsons is fed up and he has officially requested a trade from the Cowboys. So this was first reported by Diana Rossini of The Athletic. She reached out and basically said that he's about to request a trade. You know, they're far apart in terms of the deal, over it. And then he came out later from himself on social media, and I'll paraphrase, but basically he said he did everything the right way. He wanted to be a Cowboy long term. He was even willing to leave money on the table to sign an extension earlier in the 2024 season and I think the 2023 season, whenever he became eligible for a contract extension. But the Cowboys would not get it done. And the weird part about it is the Cowboys would not talk to his agent to go through the contract negotiations. Very strange. But Parsons had a one-on-one conversation with Jerry Jones and discussed leadership and certain things along those lines. Also touched a little bit on the contract, and Jerry Jones took that as a contract negotiation with him specifically, but would not talk to his agent after Parsons stated that, I want my agent to do that, to do this piece. I just want to focus on football. So here we are. This Cowboys' best player, he wants out. It's very similar to the Luka Doncic trade, kind of. It's just a big key person within a Dallas organization that potentially could get traded. And it's just due to poor leadership, poor management on the ownership. So
Yeah.
news.
Yeah, dude. If he does go somewhere, that's gonna be heartbreaking for them. That was the one big piece of their defense that was bringing everything back. You know what I mean? So, but
He's a huge defensive leader. I mean, he's done 4 Pro Bowls, 3 All Pros, 52.5 sacks so far in his career. I mean, he's an elite playmaking defender. He's probably one of the top defenders in our league right now. So he's 26 years old. So he'll get the bag somewhere. I don't know how it's all going to shake out, but it's an unfortunate situation that the Cowboys put themselves in.
Yeah, no, it definitely is, and not for nothing. You and I were talking about this before, but looking at cap space and everything, and if these people seem to go somewhere, because I'm about to touch into another one, there's some people with some high cap space. You know what I mean? And don't get it twisted. If they don't go anywhere, these guys are not going to hesitate. Or if they do go somewhere, these people are not going to hesitate to pay them. You know what I mean? If they can see themselves upping and winning a division, getting into playoffs, they'll do it. Or people that are already in the playoffs. We want that chip. We want to stop messing around. So that's a key player there. And speaking of key players, Commanders Terry McLaurin requests a trade as well. The stare down between the Commanders and Terry McLaurin has resulted in a trade request. Okay. The star wide receiver has requested a trade out of Washington. McLaurin seemed to be quiet. They seem to be very, very quiet with this whole ordeal. Let everything go the way it had to go, and it didn't go the way that he wanted it. So the ongoing trade chatter after he reported to training camp early this week, ending in a brief holdout. So after showing up to the Commander's facility, the wideout was placed on the PUP list as he nursed a lingering ankle injury. And of course, there's been plenty of speculation that McLaurin simply showed up to avoid fines, and his phantom injury was simply part of his hold-in strategy. It sounds like the two sides made some effort to return to the negotiation table. Okay, but however, NFL's Ian Rappaport said that it has, talks have stalled. So leading to today's sudden trade request, the Commanders don't appear to be moving from their existing offer. And there hasn't been any progress in talks for about a month. McLaurin has 1 year remaining on a 3-year deal, 3-year, $71 million deal he signed with the Commanders in 2022. So the $23.3 million average annual value now ranks 17th among the wide receivers. And the former All-Pro is naturally seeking a new deal that would put him towards the top of the positional market, while McLaurin isn't explicitly stated that kind of money he's seeking, but we know he wants a new deal. So two big guys,
dots kind of thing.
Yeah. Two big guys in the NFL wanting out. They're fed up.
Well, they're both in the NFC East as well. So
what if they both go to the Eagles?
Those interdivision trades are, I don't know.
What would happen? Okay, I know I told you earlier. I told you about the Raiders and everything like that. Because they have a lot of cap space, but now bringing it all together in house, right? What if both of them went to the Giants? Just play with me here for a second. They're not gonna. But say they went to the Giants. Would they be? Can you see that team not being fourth in a division if those two people make it on that team?
I mean, it's going to be difficult because you have all those edge rushers over there. You have Kayvon Thibodeau, Abdul Carter. You got Sexy Dexy on the nose tackle.
I get it.
You had Parsons. I mean, not everybody can play. You only have 11 guys on defense.
Thibodeau's out. You already know that, dudes.
And you trust Russell Wilson to feed both Malik Neighbors and Scary Terry?
They're going to be coming back anyway. They got the worst schedule in the league. Do you think that? All I'm asking,
yeah, but that defense is going to be good. I don't. The schedule, whatever. If you add Parsons to that defense along with all those edge rushers, I mean, you can keep them fresh. I mean, that defense would be pretty elite.
It would. Do you think that they would still finish fourth?
No, I mean, I don't. That's tough.
It's intriguing, right? Like, it's an intriguing question. It's just I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess
you add a playmaker, you add a wide receiver, and you add an edge rusher.
I guess you'd have to keep them fourth because I mean, Eagles is probably number one. Cowboys, Washington go either way. I mean, I still think the Giants would be at the bottom. I mean, maybe they get.
I would say that they jump leap the Cowboys.
So you'd still take Russell Wilson and them over Dak, CD.
No, I'll take Winston when he goes in. I would love to see it. It's not going to happen, but would love to see it.
Yeah. So we'll get back on track.
Yep. Go ahead.
And then I'll stay in Dallas with this piece of news.
Okay.
So, according to the Fort Worth Star-Telegram's Nick Harris has reported that La'el Collins and the Cowboys have a deal in place pending a physical. So the deals might not be quite final yet. I think they might still be working on a couple of things, but it is pending a physical, which would bring him back to the team that signed him as an undrafted free agent from the draft class that he was in a long time ago. But he's made a total of 86 starts, 71 with Dallas. So this would just add some depth since they had an injury with their left tackle, Tyler Guyton, and just kind of somebody that kind of knows their system. He can play tackle, guard. So the LSU product could potentially be coming back to the Cowboys, pending his physical.
There you go. All right, moving on to the Raiders. The left tackle Colton Miller agreed on an extension with the Las Vegas Raiders. So 4 Raiders remain from the Oakland days of the franchise. The longest tenured of those 4 players is now set to stick around in Las Vegas for a few more years. And the Raiders are extending left tackle Colton Miller to a 3-year, $66 million agreement. The new deal includes $42.5 million of guaranteed money. It's no surprise that Miller is getting a new deal. We knew back in April that he was seeking a deal, and he skipped the team's voluntary offseason program. So Miller was entering the 2025 NFL season on the 1 year. On the final year of his 3-year deal, which was $54 million, and he signed in 2021 to move on from his rookie deal. This time around, he's received a $4 million per year pay raise. So, good for them for solidifying their left tackle. That's exactly what they need, getting everything rocking and rolling at AFC West, and we'll see how that goes.
That deal actually puts him tied for the 11th highest paid tackle, with Jordan Mailata and Zach Tom.
Nice.
So at least top 15. Pretty good left tackle, pretty good player. So getting what he deserves.
Yeah. All right. Well, I believe that's all we got for the news for today, but it was some good news. I will say that.
Yeah. At least some pretty big news for some NFC stars.
Yeah. So what do you say we jump into a little bit of Wheel of Destiny? All right, let's do it, baby.
Let's do it.
So,
The magic conch. Where art thou, Wheel?
nope, don't worry. You heard it. Just got to make sure of it, okay?
The wheels on
So,
the bus go.
today
Oh.
we're going to start with an NFC team. We're going to start with your side.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me just make sure that we took out who did we do yet? Who we do the other day? Or
Browns and Lions.
cool. All right, you ready for the NFC?
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be. Let's do it.
Let's put it on here.
It's
We
gonna be
will
hilarious
definitely
if it's the Cowboys.
that would be wild. Let's do it. All right. Oh.
All right. ATL, the
It
worst
was
team in the
bound
league.
it was bound to happen, my friend. It was bound to happen.
ATL.
All right, and one AFC team, huh?
Yes, sir.
Let's see what we got. 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 All right.
Oh, the Jaguars.
The Jaguars. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so we will take them off the board and we will take who we just say again?
Falcons.
The Falcons. Got it. Okay, them off the board. All right. All right, let's dive into some Dirty Birds.
Let's do it. ATL. So first and foremost,
Yep.
I think they're finally solidified with a young quarterback. I think they're going to rock with Michael Penix Jr.
Okay.
So he's going to be the guy. I don't see any type of movement with Kirk Cousins. I think they want to have a solidified backup there.
Mhm.
So really, I think you go to the defensive side of the ball to look at these training camp battles, right?
Yeah.
You spent 2 major draft picks on some edge rushers with Jalon Walker in the first round, and then trading up and taking James Pierce Jr. also in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
So I think those guys right now, they actually have our lads has James Pierce Jr. behind Leonard Floyd at right outside linebacker in the 3-4 scheme, and they have Jalen Walker starting at the left outside linebacker with Arnold Ebiketie in the second spot. So I think that edge rushing room really is going to be where that first training camp battle is. So I think right off the rip, I think Jalen Walker has a good chance to be the starter there to hold on to that number 1 spot.
Mm-hmm.
What's interesting is with Leonard Floyd's age and him coming over from San Francisco most recently,
Mm-hmm.
I think they kind of want to maybe have James Pierce Jr. just come in on rotational third downs, just because he's got so much speed coming off the edge.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to bake him in there. I don't know if he's necessarily going to be a starter initially in his rookie year.
Okay. Yeah. I can see that. And this is the thing too. Like looking at this right here, you have Jalen Walker, you trade it back in, you have James Pierce Jr. Behind Leonard Floyd. His age is obviously a little bit older. On the other hand, if you can get them working in, like you said, stay healthy, stay right throughout the year, get them some reps in, learn this offense. Learn this offense. Forgot we weren't right here. But learn this offense and
we back, baby.
Yeah, see how everything's rocking and rolling on that line and with those linebackers, and gradually ease him in. Now these are 2 first rounders. They needed some defense. They had no pass rushing, and we've discussed that last season and going into this season. And they finally have it.
Never had pass rush, like not since the guy that came over from the Jets way back when, Jonathan Abram.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, their pass rush has always been towards the bottom of the league. I mean, you had Vic Beasley that broke out that one season where he got over 10 sacks, but their pass rush has always been abysmal.
Yeah. It's interesting to see how this could go because you have 2 number 1s and then you use your third rounder with Xavier Watts and solidifying another defensive player in the safety position, free safety, and even Jordan Fuller, you know what I mean, from Carolina, even though he's starting in that free safety spot,
I think that's an open competition right there.
I think it is too, because not only that, you have they signed Josh Thompson too. These are guys that are coming straight from free agency, and you have this new young guy. These might just, I don't want to say they're just camp bodies, but he has a legitimate chance to start here. He really does.
Yeah, and Watts was a good player at Notre Dame. I mean, he was rangy. He had some position flexibility. So I could definitely see him overtaking Jordan Fuller for that free safety spot. I think preseason is going to really show us kind of what he can do and show him at the NFL level. I think another competition too is at that nickelback spot, because they have D. Alford slotted to start right now. But Billy Bowman Jr. from Oklahoma, I mean, that's a feisty cover guy right there. He was a really good player at Oklahoma, and he showed off his skill set at the Senior Bowl too.
Yeah.
So he's another really good defender, especially in the pass game.
I think they're going to give these rookies more chances than people actually think with competing. Obviously, Jalen Walker is probably just going to start in that left outside linebacker spot, but you have James Pierce Jr. coming in on that right side, and again, like you said, it probably will be a rotational. Keep them healthy, let them learn the system really good, see how it's going, and you can cover those two ends. You know what I mean? Attacking, and let the guys in the middle do what the guys in the middle do. At that free safety spot, yeah, that's open. That nickel spot, that could also be maybe taken away by mid season. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this ain't working out. He's 27 years old, not saying he's old, but at the same time, you drafted that position so that you can just keep everything fluidly with these younger kids coming up. And look, they needed defensive help, and that's what they traded, or that's what they drafted for, and that's what they got.
Yeah, I think they only had one pick on the offense, Jack Nelson, left tackle.
Yeah, that's
And if you really look at it, Atlanta is a sneaky young team.
They are.
I mean, I know there's all that talk about Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr. kind of being a little bit older, and Kirk Cousins is in his late 30s too. But I mean, you got Darnell Mooney, Drake London, you got these rookies that we just came in, Jalen Walker, James Pierce Jr., Xavier Watts. So they're a sneaky young team. They got some solid veterans on there, but I don't know. They're probably going to be favored to win the division here, but some of these training camp battles, how they shake out, is going to be pretty interesting. Probably pretty pivotal to their season.
Yeah. I agree. Going back to the offense real quick, I think everything really basically is on this defense. But going back just a hair, if anything, I think the journeyman.
Just one. Just one hair.
Just one.
Okay. I just trying to get the clarification for that.
Yeah, we're good.
Yep.
Darnell Mooney, great number 2 wide receiver over there. I don't think that there's
Money with 2 O's.
Money with 2 O's. I like that. I like their 1, 2, 3s.
I like their ABCs.
We're gonna get nowhere with this, I see. All right. No,
are you referring to their 2 starting receivers in their slot?
No, so actually, I was gonna go with Aganu's not bad, but I actually still like DJ Shark if he could stay healthy over Casey Washington in that depth area. They could actually still have some pretty good depth there. I also do like Hodge. Hodge is pretty. He played, I believe.
He's underrated.
I believe he was with where the fuck was he?
He got that overtime touchdown from Kirk Cousins.
Yes,
on Thursday. On Thursday Night Football.
So it's I could see the depth here in case somebody goes down. You know what I mean? So it's
you're always worried about.
I like that battle for depth in that area. So, but other than that, I mean, I think everything is mostly on the defensive side there.
Yeah, a name to kind of look out for and to kind of watch is Nick Nash I believe he was
Matty
a
Wack,
receiver
give a dog a
from
bone.
San Diego State. San Jose State. He was that receiver that he didn't get drafted, but had racked up a crazy amount of catches, yards, and all that. So he could be one who could be a really good slot player.
Why does
Probably
he look
like in a
so
couple
angry in
years
his picture?
because he didn't get drafted.
He looks so mad. I mean, I get it. Maybe I don't. No, I don't get it. I didn't enter a draft and not get picked. So.
Yeah. So cool. Anything else on Atlanta?
No, I think Atlanta's pretty clean here with it. They got their guys, they signed their guys, and just moving up the depth chart at this point. You know what I mean? Offense is kind of pretty much solidified in the past couple of years that they've made their draft picks and everything. So, that's that.
Before we move on to the Jacksonville Jaguars, last year you had Jeff Ulbrich as your interim head coach. You guys kind of mainly ran a 4-3 scheme up there in New York Jets, right?
Yes.
So in Atlanta, they're having a base 3-4 defense. How do you think Ulbrich? What do you feel like he brings to that defense and to that team now being the defensive coordinator there?
I believe that those linebackers he's gonna turn those linebackers into animals because that's what he does. He is very, very good at creating pass rush and making sure that those pass rushers know how to get to the quarterback. So if there's one thing that we learned is that he can take damn near anybody. Now this is also under Saleh, but remember this guy was doing the grit of the work here. When he was running it, you were turning safeties into linebackers and damn good ones too. Okay. Or he could take a linebacker and be like, hey, you know what? We're going to use you to your strength. I mean, like they had Mosley, right? That's fine. But look at Quincy Williams. Quincy Williams was dropped by the Jaguars. They're just like, yeah, we don't want you anymore. Cool. He knows how to develop linebackers. So having a right and a left outside linebacker, he's gonna have fun with this. I really do. I believe he's gonna have a lot of fun. And what they seem to do is they seem to take people that are getting older in the safety position and have them ready to play linebacker. So they just come back down, and then they could just read the run, and that's just kind of what they do. So it's going to be a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They're going to be coming full force probably, and don't be surprised even if the 3-4 doesn't look like a 3-4.
Yeah, it'd probably be flexible. That's just their base.
Yeah.
So I don't expect them to be in base formation every down. But so I think based on what you're telling me is Divine Diablo and Caden Ellis is going to get a lot of development and grow as linebackers in the middle.
Yeah, I would say so. I would even say that like that rotation is going to come, like you said, to keep them healthy. And I think that's when they're going to find out who they're, keep everybody healthy. Ellis will be there. Diablo will be there. Walker's going to be there. Floyd will be there. But then they're going to start changing it out, and they're going to start seeing Pierce, and you're actually going to see Bertrand. You know what I mean? Epiketti, and these guys are going to get it. Like you're going to see them getting work in, but then they're gonna scheme it. So what he did was he would usually scheme it, take some of these guys, have their stunts, but they would have it around people that are maybe weak on that side, so they can get away with going around to this side or something. So it looks like an easy target for one of the offensive linemen. Like, okay, like I got to take care of my guy, and this guy might not be that good, but usually the scheme isn't that anyway. You're gonna end up taking the guy that you don't expect. So their schemes are actually pretty decent, and they keep everybody healthy, like you said. So it is going to be very interesting. They can probably get to the pass. They could probably get to the quarterback faster than they ever have in the past couple.
Yeah, years. If that happens, I mean, this would be the first and ever, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I think picking him as a defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich, I think it was a really good idea. He's a player's coach. They will run through a wall for him, and I think a change of scenery here is really going to light that Atlanta Falcons defense on fire.
Well, that's unfortunate as a Saints fan, but hey, It is what it is. This is where we're at for the 2025 NFL season.
Yes, sir.
So cool.
And with that, I'm going to give you a little bit of schedule.
Lovely for ATL. This is like my worst nightmare. This is my worst nightmare come true.
All right, brother.
All right.
Show it to us.
So the record prediction for the Atlanta Falcons for the 2025 NFL season. Week 1, you have Tampa Bay visiting the Atlanta Falcons. Last year, the Falcons took both matchups against the Bucks. This time, I think week 1, Baker and the Bucks take the win. I just think Michael Penix and them will still be trying to get some kinks out, kind of working through that. Week 2, I will take the Atlanta Falcons. I just think they're going to be a little bit better team than Minnesota right now. I don't trust McCarthy quite yet. Week 3, I'm going to take Atlanta again. Carolina is just, they're always so hot and cold. I don't know what Bryce Young in that offense is going to be. Week 4, I will take Washington. They had a pretty good matchup last year on that Sunday night football going to overtime and whatnot. Bye week 5, it's kind of tough for them having an early bye week. Week 6, I got to take the Bills. Josh Allen over Michael Penix Jr. there. Week 7, Atlanta visiting San Francisco. I know San Francisco has a lot of receiver woes right now. A lot of them are unhealthy. I'm still going to take San Francisco. I just think they're the better team than Atlanta. Week 8, I don't know if Mike McDaniel will still be the coach by this time. I don't really like what's going on in Miami, so I'm going to take Atlanta here at week 8. Week 9, New England Patriots, brand new head coach, Drake May and company, going to have a better defense. I'm going to go ahead and take the Patriots here at home, week 9. Week 10, Indianapolis Colts. I have no idea what they're going to be or how they're going to be, so I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons on the road here. Week 11, you have Carolina taking the Atlanta Falcons at home. Here, I think Atlanta's the better team. I'm going to take Atlanta there. Week 12, the Falcons visiting the Saints. I don't think the Saints are going to be a very good team. They do play very well against Atlanta, so I think they will split the series, but I'm going to take Atlanta here on the road. Week 13, your New York Jets versus the Atlanta Falcons. I really like a lot of what AG is doing up there. I do prefer Justin Fields over Michael Penix Jr., so I'm going to take the Jets at home. Week 14, Seahawks versus Atlanta. I think this could be one of those quirky games. It's really tough for one of those West Coast teams coming over. I don't know what time the game's going to be, but give me Sam Darnold and company over the Falcons. Here, I think they are going to split the series by this time. So week 15, give me Atlanta over Tampa Bay. Week 16, you have Atlanta visiting the Arizona Cardinals. I like a lot of what the Arizona's done. I think they're a good team. I like Kyler Murray. I think they got a lot of playmakers, and that defense will be a lot better. So give me Arizona. Here you have the Rams visiting the Atlanta Falcons. I think Stafford and company are going to be a better team. So give me the Rams over the Falcons. And I know I said I think we're going to split the series. Week 18, I don't even know who's going to play in this game, to be honest. So I think this is one of those fluky ones where the Saints take the win against the Falcons.
All right. We're looking at a 7-10 Falcons team there.
Yep. Sorry,
Okay.
Falcons fans. Not really.
Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry, he says. It's just it is what it is. So
yeah. In the year on a 3-game losing streak. Love it.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is, and we will try to see what comes about this. You know what I mean? We have a couple weeks coming, and
this is before we've watched any preseason football.
Yeah.
Or
Of course,
anything.
We got look. We got to do every team here. So we're getting this out of the way now. We're not always going to be right. That's the thing. You know what I mean? Nobody's
that is
ever
100%
right.
facts.
Yeah.
If we are, we should go play the lottery.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
On top of I'm getting ripped apart by Seattle fans right now. Okay,
They're
and
passionate. They love their team.
cool. They're also not thinking straight. All right, so but
It's all right. It's
I
Friday.
love
They
them to
probably
death
had a
because
few.
what can
Whatever.
I say? I'm a Jets fan, so it is what it
Yeah.
is. Um,
You
we
haven't been
shall
happy
go.
since Namath.
I've been happy, but you know the team, the franchise has not been happy. That's for sure.
Right.
All
All
right,
right.
let's move
On to
over
Jacksonville.
on to Jacksonville, sir. I said good day, sir. All right.
I said
All
good
right,
day.
I said good day. So
I tried.
let's bring this over here for a moment, and let's look at the offense here. They got Hunter Travis Hunter here. They have him down as a slot. They have De'Ami Brown from Washington, very very good. So you got Brian Thomas, De'Ami Brown, and Travis Hunter, pretty good starting that off, and then Joshua Cephas in the depth there, in Austin Trammell and Parker Washington. I wouldn't be surprised if and just I know they just signed Brown. Parker Washington is actually a pretty good wide receiver. Towards the end of the season last year, he's only 23. Towards the end of the season last year, he was getting a lot of play, a lot of targets, and I think he's going to definitely stay in that depth position in case it looks the NFL, people get hurt, next man up. Parker Washington did an amazing job at the end of the season last year, getting targets in, getting yards. His snap percentage was really, really high. They trusted him in the offense. I'm excited to see how hard he's going to work to see if he can take one of these spots, just maybe in a rotational or, four sets of, four wide receiver sets and stuff. So those kind of personnels. But I am excited to see what they bring to this offense with these new wide receivers and how it can play out. Because they also, I think the biggest thing here is giving Trevor Lawrence time, right? They signed a lot of gritty, except for one person, gritty offensive linemen. So depth pieces, they got a left tackle from Philly and Fred Johnson, Chuma Doga from Dallas, Tampa Bay, the center Hainsey, and Dallas Patrick McCarry. And they drafted, Wyatt Millum. So Wyatt Millum and Patrick McCarry are right now. You can watch those two guys really duke it out for that right guard spot. Obviously, I think they're going to have Wyatt sit. It's a third rounder, but they also drafted Jonah Monheim, so he's a depth piece for your center. But they also drafted they also got the kid from Tampa. So they're really trying to rebuild this offensive line to make sure that Trevor Lawrence is standing up, right? I mean, you had Ezra Cleveland from that trade last year. I believe it was last year, right?
Yes, maybe a
From
year
Minnesota.
or 2 years.
So I think I really do think that this offensive line is a lot better. Tampa Bay, good coaching over there. Baltimore, great coaching over there. Philadelphia seems to be just, I don't know what's in the water over there. They seem to be teaching people exactly what to do, how to do it. They win a championship. Okay, guys, go find new teams because we're going to draft everybody new anyway. So they seem to be doing everything with their depth chart. It seems to be working. So anybody that's coming out of those camps, I believe they probably have a good head on their shoulders. They got taught really good for a year, and I think they're going to bring that to a new organization. So I'm really looking at the offensive line here.
Yeah, I think, like you mentioned, I think center and right guard are the two really big camp battles that are going to make a really big difference. I think Walker Little, Ezra Cleveland, and Anton Harrison are kind of locked into those starting roles. So it'd be really interesting to see how the center and right guard battles shake out. Because Wyatt Millum, I mean, he's a pretty good player. I think he played left tackle at West Virginia took him in the third round. I think he's going to be pretty good guard once he gets a shot. But Patrick McCarry coming up from Baltimore, I mean, he's been a starter for them for a few years now, all right? Or was he just kind of the swing tackle that kind of came in whenever people get hurt?
I'm not really sure. Who are you talking about again?
Patrick McCarry.
I think he was kind of like, I think he was a depth chart guy. I could be wrong, but I believe that he was. I believe he was with Baltimore since like 2000, or I'm sorry, 2020. Maybe. Hold on, let me look.
Yeah, since 2019.
Oh, okay. So 2019, yeah. So actually, I think he was a depth guy. I could be wrong
Yeah,
on that, but
he kind of stepped in whenever there would be an injury or whatnot, right? I think so. Could be
yeah.
wrong, but I think on top of those two training camp battles, I think obviously the Travis Hunter question: how many snaps and how much is he going to play on offense, and how many snaps and how much is he going to play on defense? Are
Yeah.
they going to have him go full game both sides? I don't think that's likely. Maybe if anybody
Mhm.
can do it, it's probably him. Obviously, doing it in college. But I think another one that could kind of really stand out is this running back battle because Travis Etienne Jr. is probably the black sheep to all the fantasy community with what happened last year.
Yeah.
Tank Bigsby had a couple good games that kind of fell off. You had Bayshaw Tootin in the 4th round and then LaQuint Allen Jr. in the 7th round. So you got a 4-headed running backfield, crowded backfield over there. So who's going to kind of stand out and be the guy for
Mhm.
Jacksonville? Because right now, according to our lads, they have Etienne Jr. as that number 1 spot, but it could be Bigsby. It could. A lot of people are high on Tootin, so that running back battle is going to be really interesting to see how that shakes out.
Yeah, and not for nothing, Tank Bigsby took a big step forward last year. Like the year beforehand was just like, this guy can't do anything, right? Like, you were looking at him, he had the ball, he wasn't getting any yards, he couldn't shake tackles, he was getting TFLs. Like, that's not all his fault, but also his yards after contact was not good at all, right? It was terrible. Last year, he stepped it up a notch. He said, "Yo, I got drafted for a reason here," and he stepped up and he made some moves, a lot better than what he did the previous year. He's putting pressure on this right now. Now, if the two of them can come up and find a way to work together to make this run game exactly what Peterson thought it was going to be when he got him, this can be an explosive offense. It has the tools to do it. It really,
Yeah,
I mean, you look at the names.
and you have Liam Cohen as the head coach now coming over from Tampa Bay, and you can see it how he did it with Bucky Irving and White.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's possible to have two guys that are fantasy relevant, but I think you really need to make sure that run game is on point to kind of take some of that pressure off Trevor Lawrence because he's never really had a run game since he's been drafted.
No, and I like, and this is, they got depth on the left side of that line, and then they got their center and their right guard, right? Obviously, the right tackle they're okay with, right? And they got Travis Hunter. They got a two-way guy. Then they drafted inside that depth on the line, and then they got some defensive players later on. A three, a four, and 2 6s, right? That's what they wanted. They want this depth because they do need it. They do need a defense, right? That has been a problem over there in Jacksonville. So now you could see this dude coming from Tampa Bay. You said, right?
Yeah, Liam Cohen. Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming over. I'm telling you, I think they're going to utilize the potential of a lot of these guys. I think they're going to score more points than people think. Everybody thinks that the Jaguars are just straight trash, and I believe that they're going to come up and they're going to make a statement. The GM is not messing around. They got a new head coach. They make some very, very significant moves to get the guys that they wanted, and I believe they're going to. I think they're going to put their mark on this.
Yeah, and Liam Cohen, he's the one that kind of made Will Levis look draftable and look like an NFL quarterback when he was at Kentucky,
Mm,
right? So then he also kind of helped Baker have one of the best years of his career last
yeah.
year. So I mean, he's an offensive mastermind. He might not say Duval as great as Jacksonville. I've heard. You saw that press conference when he
What?
did that? When he said Duval all weird?
No.
He was like Duval.
No, I did not. What is
Dude,
that?
yeah, it's hilarious. You got to watch it because Jacksonville, their fans they say Duval.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was like Duval, all saucy
Oh,
like.
did he?
Yeah, so it
Oh,
was
man,
like
loving the
I'm
sauce.
surprised you haven't seen that. All right,
No, I haven't.
I'll show you after the show. We'll talk about it after the show, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
great.
he lost some points, but I mean he's a great offensive mind. So I think this offense has great potential. Could be ones that you take flyers on just to see how they do in fantasy because you can always in bench players you can always drop them later on. But I don't really see too many training camp battles on the defense. I think it looks pretty solidified, especially them bringing in Eric Murray from Houston to
Mhm.
solidify that strong safety spot, and Jordan Lewis from Dallas to play in the slot.
Yeah, I think when they drafted a lot of these guys, it's exactly what they want. They want them. Look, you're gonna learn this. We're gonna set up for the next couple of years to get you guys in here and do what you have to do. And other than that, though, the veterans are basically in charge unless Travis Hunter is just playing the double way. So
The inmates are running the prison.
not in this place. Not in this place. Where was that? Houston?
Oh, I don't know which year.
Yeah, no, I think it was the Houston Texans. Isn't that where it came from? Didn't Bill O'Brien say that? Didn't he say
Probably.
the inmates?
Oh, I don't know. Probably, yeah. Bill O'Brien was
I think it was the
awful in
Houston
Houston.
Texans before everything got crazy.
You think? I mean, side note. Sorry, Jacksonville fans. I know you don't want to hear about Houston, one of your division rivals, but how bad was Bill O'Brien?
You got
Like
rid of DeAndre Hopkins, dude.
in his prime. Like I don't know. I think Parsons or not Parsons, but I think Jerry Jones is trying to make sure that it's known in Texas that he is the worst GM. And he
He's
said,
starting to
"Oh,
solidify
you
it. Let me tell
in
you.
DeAndre Hopkins in his prime? Hold my beer. We're gonna talk about Parsons." You know.
Yeah, it's
So
getting wild, man. It's getting wild with some of these. I don't know, like you can't. It's not like you can't see the talent. It's right in front of your face. Like everybody
maybe you can.
knows how good these players are.
Maybe you
Just
can.
pay them.
You would think it's that easy, but apparently it's not.
I guess not.
All right, tell us about Jacksonville Jaguars 2025 NFL season.
All right,
Walk us through what you think
all right.
they're going to do.
All right. This is gonna throw everybody for a loop with this one. All right. So week 1, we're gonna start off Jacksonville. I think that they're gonna lose the first match at home against the Panthers. I think they're gonna still try and get some things together. Okay. So we're gonna take an L at home. The Bengals are hosting Jacksonville week 2. I believe the Bengals are taking their win at home, going 0-2. Week 3, I think this is where they find their groove. At home, they're hosting the Houston Texans, and the Jaguars take their first win against Houston here. I think it's going to be a nail biter. Okay, week 4, they are they're hosting. I'm sorry, they are going to San Francisco. This is where they are actually. I think they're going to lose to San Francisco. San Francisco takes a win, so they are 1-3. Kansas City Chiefs go to play the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I believe the Kansas City Chiefs are going to take another win. Okay, or I'm sorry, yes, Jaguars will take a loss. Seattle going over to the Jaguars. Okay, and you know what? I'm going to hold by it again. The Jaguars will take a W at home. All right. They are going to beat the Seattle Seahawks coming over. Okay. Week 7, right before the bye, the Jaguars are going to play the LA Rams, where they're going to play in hot Florida. What's going to happen? The this is going to be a fluky one, and the Jaguars are going to take it from the LA Rams. Okay, this is going to be a fluky game. I believe it right before the bye week. Jaguars are taking a dub. By week 8, week 9, they've had time to study. They go to Las Vegas and they beat the Las Vegas Raiders. 3-game win streak, 4-4. They come back week 10. They do not lose against the Texans in Texas. This is where people take them seriously. They go 5-4, take both games from the Texans. The Chargers come all the way across. They're actually going to face the Jaguars on a 4-game winning streak. The Chargers are going to come in and flatten that. That's going to take a loss. The Arizona Cardinals are hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars in Arizona. This is going to be a barn burner. Okay, I'm going to say it's going to be a high-scoring game. And guess what? Arizona is going to take a loss at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Then they go to Nashville. They go to play the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans will take a loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now you're going to host the Colts. The Colts are going to come in. This is going to be a fluky game, okay? The Colts are going to take a win in Jacksonville, okay? Then week 15, Jacksonville hosts the Jets. I believe that the Jets will probably lose this game. Jacksonville taking one at home. Denver comes into play, hosting Jacksonville in Denver. Denver takes a win here. The Colts hosting Jacksonville. They're not going to let it happen again. Jacksonville takes a W. Then at the end of it, Jacksonville has one more game left. One more game. They're taking the W against the Titans. 10-7. Jacksonville Jaguars. 10-7. This is what's going to happen.
So you got Jacksonville making the playoffs then? No, I don't know. I don't know if 10 wins will get them in.
I don't think so. The AFC is so hard to like. Just looking at that AFC, I know this looks very, very odd. We got to put in some of the flukiness, you know what I mean? Because I think sometimes we just think win, loss, and that's okay. But at some point, we're going to have to start putting in like, I know there's the if, ands, and buts, right? But remember last year we were talking about, I said, I think Denver is going to take Kansas City's first loss. Okay, I think they're going to give them their first loss. Now, it didn't happen, but I really did think that it was going to be a very close game. They blocked the kick. That was Denver's game to win.
But they didn't.
But
they didn't.
They didn't.
They'll forever have that L.
That's the kind of fluky stuff I think is going to happen here. Okay.
Nah, that's great coaching, man. What are you talking about? Special teams coordinator told him exactly how to get through the line and block that kick.
I will tell you the best special teams coordinator. I forget his name, but he is in Pittsburgh. Do you know that he has them do vertical jumps with like weights and stuff? Like right.
Rizzy's not in Pittsburgh. He's in Denver.
Hold on. Who is it? Special teams coach.
No, Darren Rizzi's the special teams coach.
No, Danny Smith.
Nah, man.
Danny Smith, baby. Guy's wild. He's got chew like that big of bubble gum.
I'll take Darren Rizzi any day of the week, twice on Sunday.
I'll take Westbrook. I'll go back in time and go get Westbrook. One of the best. But yeah, that's look, everybody could sleep on the Jacksonville Jaguars, but I think they're doing something. I really do.
Yeah, and I am ready to be burned at the stake for all the hot take Atlanta. I just don't see it.
No, dude, this is
Bajan can only do so much.
Bajan, yeah, get your names right, my friend, okay? Because there's only so many times you can pronounce it wrong.
That's your man crush, dude. That's your man crush. You've never said his name right.
You know, you want to know something? I don't have to say it right. Yeah, he already won me.
That's McBride. My bad.
Yeah,
and by the way, man crushes, weirdo.
They won me championships. Number 1 overall. Bijan Robinson.
The Dijon Mustard champion.
Well, when they stop winning me championships, that's when we can.
Away. You just throw them away like Andy threw away his toys in Toy Story.
Wow. Well,
it's awful.
If that's the case, we're gonna throw away the rest of this episode. Thank you everybody for following. Hit the like button, subscribe, swipe up, make sure everything is good. Thank you for watching. Let us know what you think, good, bad, or indifferent. We love you guys. Stay real. Follow us. Subscribe.
Blow up the inbox. topdogcoverage@gmail.com. Send us your emails. Let us know what's up.
Word. All right, everybody. Goodbye.
Peace.